Hi, this is Elizabeth Wilson, Studio Director of the Perth Pilates Studio. If you enjoyed today's workout, please remember to click like below and subscribe to find out when we release new videos and also to help our channel grow. We'd really appreciate it. So a lot of people these days have foam rollers at home but aren't entirely sure what to do with them. Today I'm going to take you through a foam roller workout. And we're going to begin by lying down onto your back on the roller. If you sit down onto the end of your roller, and then just scoot your backside down a little bit and then lie back lengthwise along the roller. So you want your whole spine and your head supported. If you feel like your head's falling a little off the end of the roller, just scoot yourself down a little bit so you're in a really comfortable position. Now initially, you're going to allow your arms to open just a little bit out to the sides until you start to find a bit of a sense of stretch through the front of your chest and shoulders. You don't want to take the arms so high that you start to lift or flare through the ribs, but just enough to find that gentle sense of stretch. And we'll begin by taking a nice few relaxed breaths here. So you're going to breathe in and gently let your tummy and your rib cage just soften and expand. And then on the exhalation, just imagine the whole weight of your body just sinking down a little heavier towards the roller. And we'll just do that twice more. In your own time, a nice relaxed breath in, and then an exhalation and a gentle sigh out. And then just one more breath. Now here we're going to start to add a little bit of movement, and your goal is to keep the roller really still and stable. So you're going to sink the tummy again on the breath out and allow one leg just to float up to a tabletop position. Breathe in again there. And as you breathe out, allow that leg to come down to the floor. And then just continue on to the other side. Now, I don't mind too much exactly what your breath pattern is, so long as you breathe. Don't go blue. But generally speaking, as you come up, if you think about a little bit of a breath out, that will help you get a little sink through your core and a little connection through center. So what I don't want to see is the tummy doming out or the back lifting as you go to lift the legs, yeah? Just imagine you're heavy down through the breastbone and the tummy is gently sinking in towards the spine. Now from here, we're going to start to up the challenge for your stability just a little bit. So you're still going to keep your arms down, but you're going to bring your fingertips up to the ceiling so it's just your elbows touching the ground. Adjust your arms if you need to so they're in a comfortable position, and then continue with the same movement. It'll help your stability if you think a little bit about grounding that standing foot down through the floor. That's it. And again here, stay heavy through the breastbone. Tummy just melts flat towards the spine. And you want to stay as loose and relaxed in the upper body as you can. Now from here, we're going to do one more repetition like this, and then we're going to make it a little more interesting and a little more fun. Take as much time as you need to find the stability in the position here before you allow the leg to lift. So the final variation, which you can just start to play with, you're going to allow both arms up towards the ceiling. And again from here, just in your own time, allow one leg to come up, lower it back down, find your stability, and allow the second leg to come up. And what you'll probably find as you continue from side to side here is usually, as you can tell from me, one side feels a little easier than the other, and that's really normal, yeah? So make sure that in the process of playing with the movement, you don't accidentally do more reps on your stronger side. Sometimes it's tempting to sort of stay and do a few reps on the side that's a little bit easier, but make sure you do equal reps. We'll make this our last one, just 3 on each side. Well done. And then bring your arms down by your sides and just let them rest, palms down in towards the mat. We're going to start to sink the tummy now. So the tummy sinks, the lower back gently flattens in towards the roller, the ribs, the breastbone stay heavy, and then just release your pelvis back away towards a neutral position. And try that twice more. Again, sink the tummy, let the pelvis roll back, let the lower back imprint into the roller, and then breathe in and release away. Final repetition, again, breathe out, let the pelvis roll back, let your upper body release heavy. and then release the pelvis away. Now we're going to continue that movement up into a bridge. So you take a breath in again. As you breathe out, sink the tummy, roll the pelvis back, and you're going to start to peel your hips up off the roller. So you're rolling up through the spine one vertebra at a time until the weight's resting just between the shoulders. And you should feel a sense of stretch in the front of the thighs. I want you to really think of the top of the hips tipping back towards you and your tailbone reaching up to the ceiling. You're going to breathe in there, and then as you breathe out, you're going to roll down from the top of the spine, one vertebra at a time, coming all the way down through a flat lower back, and then relax the pelvis down to neutral. Again, we take a breath in, breathe out, sink the tummy, roll the pelvis back, let the lower back flatten and melt into the roller, and start to peel the hips up off the roller. Feeling that bit of work in the backside and the back of the thighs. Breathe in. Again, breathe out, roll down, bone by bone through the spine. Really think of lengthening out through the spine as you come down, and relax the tailbone. And let's just continue here. Again, roll the pelvis back. Now, as you continue to roll up here, you'll notice if you're used to doing this bridging movement with your feet or lying just regularly on the floor, then you'll find it feels like a much smaller movement when you're on top of the roller. And that's simply because your hips are already a bit lifted relative to your feet. So it's okay for the movement to feel very small. That would be normal, but really focus on getting that scoop and the deepening in of the belly. And as you come up, you never want to come up so high that you feel any work in the muscles of the lower back, yeah? Let's do one more repetition here. We take a breath in, breathe out, sink the tummy again, roll the pelvis back. You're going to reach the tailbone up to the ceiling, feel a sense of stretch in the front of the thighs if you can. Breathe in again there, and then rolling down through the spine, bone by bone. And your tailbone relaxes all the way heavy. From here, sweep the arms out to the sides, take the fingers interlocked behind your head. And I want them at the widest part of the back of your head. We take a breath in again. As you breathe out, sink the tummy, zip the lower belly up and in, and then you're just going to curl the head and shoulders up off the roller just as far as you can, with your tummy staying perfectly flat. So you can keep your gaze on your belly. Breathe in there, and then roll back down bone by bone through the spine. And we'll try that again. We take a breath in, breathe out, sink the tummy, curl the head and shoulders, slide the gaze down deep in the belly, breathe in, hold the position there, and then roll the body back down bone by bone. Again, breathing in. Breathe out, lower tummy zips up, slide the gaze, curl the head and shoulders, hold. Breathe into the back of the ribs here. Exhale, keep the lower ribs heavy into the roller as you peel the spine back. And again, inhale here. Breathe out, sink the tummy, curl the head and shoulders up, deep in the belly, come a little higher if you can. Breathing in, and then roll the body all the way back down, bone by bone. Now from here, we're going to add into it. So again, we take a breath in. Breathe out, sink the tummy, curl the head and shoulders, coming up. Hold the position there. Breathe in, reach the hands to the ceiling and back behind the thighs. Take hold of the thighs, hollow the tummy, come a little higher. Now maintain the height of the body, stay there. Reach the hands up, back behind the head and hold, and then roll the spine back down, bone by bone. Let's go again. We take a breath in, breathe out, sink the tummy, curl the head and shoulders up deep in the belly. Reach the hands to the ceiling and behind the thighs, hollow the tummy, come just a little higher there. Maintain the height of the body, hands come up, back behind the head and hold, rolling it straight back down. And again, breathing in, should be starting to warm those tummy muscles up now. Exhale, sink the tummy and curl. Hold the position, reach the hands behind the thighs, hollow deep in the belly. Really check it sinking flat still. Hands come back up, back behind the head, hold, roll down vertebra by vertebra. See if you can feel every spine imprint into the roller. Again, breathe in. And again, breathe out, sink the tummy and curl. Reach the hands up and behind the thighs. Hollow the tummy, come a little higher. Maintain the height, hands come up, back behind the head and hold. Roll the spine back down, bone by bone. And then this is going to be our final repetition. Take a breath in here. Breathe out, sink the tummy, curl the head and shoulders, maintain the height. Reach the hands, keep them behind the thighs. Hollow a little higher, check the tummy, still flat there. Breathe in, hold. Hands back up and behind the head, stay. And then rolling it down. Now for our next little repetition, creep your feet a little bit further away from you, our next variation. That's going to make it a little bit easier. Allow your arms to float back overhead and imagine your feet are grounded really heavily in towards the floor. You're going to take a breath in to prepare, and then as you breathe out, you start to float your head and shoulders deep in the belly. You're going to really scoop the tummy in, and you're going to curl and roll all the way up till you're sitting on the end of the roller. Now, if the roller tips up a little bit, if you need to, just adjust yourself back a tiny bit, hold the position there, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slide the gaze down, slide the tailbone under. You're going to roll your spine back, vertebra by vertebra, straight down the center of the roller. So you want to try and feel yourself rolling along the center of the spine, and then allow the arms to float back overhead. Let's take a breath in again, float the head and shoulders, deepen the belly, draw into the lower tummy, round through the spine, and then lengthen and stack tall. Again, breathing in. Slide the gaze down first, roll the pelvis back. Keep the feet heavy, you want the thighs to stay as soft as possible. Keep rolling the pelvis under, keep deepening the belly in, see if you can find every little vertebra down through the lower back as you roll. Again, allow the arms to float back overhead. Breathe in, float the head and shoulders, look towards the knees, deepen the belly, scoop the tummy in, round the body forward, and then lengthen and restack. Let's do once more, down and up. We take a breath in, breathe out, slide the gaze down, slide the tailbone under, really deepen the belly in, roll all the way down, bone by bone, allow the arms back overhead. And this is our final one, so make it perfect, no pressure. Take a breath in again, breathe out, float the head and shoulders, deepen the belly, scoop the tummy, and curl and roll all the way up. And stack tall. Release the arms down, well done. From here, I'm going to have you coming off your roller, and you're going to turn the roller across your mat. And you're going to take the roller just across the back of your shoulder blades. So my shoulder blades are kind of sitting on top. My hands come back, again, behind the widest part of the back of my head. And I'm going to get my head resting heavy back into my hands here. We're going to work on a little bit of thoracic extension, arcing our spine back around the roller. Now, what I really want you to watch is that you don't just lift into the lower back. So it's a little intention of the tummy staying sinking and the ribs staying relatively heavy. Again, I take a breath in to prepare, and as I breathe out, I'm going to imagine I'm molding my spine back around the roller, just into a little bit of extension. Make sure you don't crane your head back. Keep the back of the neck long. Breathe into the chest once you're there to feel that little bit of a stretch. And then just let the body come up and just ease that stretch off. And then again, we take another breath in. Breathe out, mold the spine back around the roller. Again, breathing in. And then let yourself come back up. So if you spend a lot of your time at the day sitting at a desk or working forward over things, this is an awesome exercise to open up your upper back. We take a breath in again. As you exhale, mold the spine back. Now this time, once you're back there, hold it there. Take a breath into the chest, and then as you breathe out, you're going to take a side bend over to one side. So I'm still staying back in extension around the roller. I'm not rotating or turning, but I'm just doing a bend to the side. And you're going to breathe into the side of the rib cage. Bring yourself back to center, and then take a stretch over to the other side. Again, breathing into the side of the rib cage. Let yourself come back to center, pause there, take another breath, and allow yourself to come back up. And we're going to try that same movement once again. So again, we take a breath in, breathe out, mold the spine back around the roller. Breathe into the chest. Take a little side bend over, breathe into the ribs. As you breathe out, take a side bend over to the other side. Open the rib cage, breathe into the ribs. Come back to center, and then allow yourself to come back up. And from here, just use your arms for a little bit of support to press yourself back up. So now that we've started to loosen up and mobilize our upper back, we're going to start to work a little harder into our back extension. So I'm going to take the roller to the end of my mat, and I'm going to lie down onto my tummy, and I'm going to take my hands, or my wrists really, just onto the roller. Now check initially, if you're in this position here, I want you to really stretch one leg long away from behind you and then the other leg, so that you've got a bit of length and opening through the front of the hips and a bit of length through the lower back. And you want to imagine the upper back is melting down and lengthening out along the mat. With the arms overhead here, let your shoulder blades glide up a little bit. Now, if you happen to find that this position is challenging for your shoulder range of motion, just so you know, you can do the same exercise with the hands just resting down onto the floor. And that'll be a little less challenge for your shoulders initially. And then if you wish to later on down the track, you can progress to arms on the roller. But if you're comfortable, have the arms on the roller. Let the head hang down, lengthen out through the crown of the head. The first movement here I'm going to do is I'm going to shrug the shoulders right up towards the ears. So really reach the fingertips long and away from you. And then from here, I'm not going to draw the shoulders down so much as I'm going to just let them relax back, just sort of maybe halfway. Not to a pull down position, but just relax back to a really wide position. And let's just try that a couple of times. So again, breathe in, shrug the shoulders right up to the ears. And then breathe out and just let the shoulders relax halfway down the back. Think of them going wide. And again, breathing in, shrug the shoulders up. And then let the shoulders release back wide. Now from here we add into it. We shrug the shoulders up. As you breathe out, let the shoulders just relax wide. And then you start to slide your nose forward and up. You're going to send your breastbone forward and up. And you're just going to come up through your upper back just as far as you can go without feeling any work or compression through your lower back. Breathe in there. And then as you exhale, lengthen out from the base of the spine. It's like a steamroller is coming along, rolling you out from the base of the spine so you lengthen and grow tall through the crown of the head. Again, you take a breath in. Breathe out, slide the nose forward and up, stretch your breastbone forward, roll the collarbones back over the shoulders, lengthen and lift up through the chest, wide across the front of the shoulders. Inhale there, and then stretch out from the base of the spine and lower the body back down. We'll do 3 more repetitions, breathing in. Breathe out, slide the nose forward, roll the collarbones back, lift the chest and shoulders, inhale, stretch long through the toes, exhale, lengthen out from the base of the spine and lower down. And again, nose slides forward and up. Really keep the shoulders wide. It's almost like you're trying to stretch the roller apart between your hands. Inhale there. Lengthen out and lower the body back down towards the floor. And we'll do 1 more repetition here, breathing in. Breathe out, slide the nose forward and up, wide across the collarbones, lift the chest, inhale. And then lengthen out and lower down. So now we're going to start to add into the movement. Again, you take a breath in, breathe out, slide the nose forward and up, lengthen and lift up through the chest. This time, as you start to come forward, you're going to think of lifting the back of the legs up towards the ceiling. So it's a lengthening forward through the body and a lifting through the thighs. And then slide the nose forward and up, the legs lower as the body comes up. Exhale, lengthen out, the body lowers as the legs come up. And let's just do 2 more here. Breastbone goes forward and up, legs lower as the body lifts. Exhale, lower the body as the legs lift. And once more, breastbone comes forward and up, lift the chest, stretch out and lower the body. And then lower the legs. And from here, bring the roller in just a little closer towards you. And you can press back with your hands, sit back towards your heels, take your hands on top of the roller, and allow the arms to reach forward here. So your backside is sitting back towards the heels. You can almost think of rolling the pelvis under there. Hands are slightly wider than your shoulders on the roller, and you let the shoulder blades glide up and let the head and almost the area between the shoulder blades just melt down a little towards the floor, just as far as feels really comfortable. So here you're looking for a little bit of a stretch through the lats, those muscles that run down the side of the body here. If you notice any discomfort in the shoulders, then sometimes, again, this shoulder range of motion with the hands a little higher on the roller can sometimes be a bit much, depending on how flexible you are through the shoulder. So you could always modify this just with the hands on the ground if you needed to, instead of the roller. From here, let's keep one hand exactly where it is on the roller, and the other hand comes across to the side on top of it. So now as you rest into that position, you're getting a little bit of a side stretch through the body. So I'm stretching mostly now through the right side of my body, and I'm going to hold this position, let the head hang, and just breathe in position here. So I'm breathing wide into the sides and the back of my rib cage. With each exhalation, the weight of the body melts a little heavier down towards the floor. And again, keep that sense of the shoulder blades gliding up and check your neck feels free and loose. Take the hand wide again
and then the other hand comes on top of the first hand. Let the head and shoulders relax down, breathe into the side of the body, and just let yourself release there for a moment. And again, at any point, if this range feels at all forced on your shoulders, just do the same stretch but with the hands down on the floor, and use this variation with the hands on the roller later on down the track when you're ready to progress. From here, we're going to bring the hands back onto the roller. You're going to scoop the tummy, and you're going to come up into a position where your hands are on top of the roller, hands directly under your shoulders, and your knees directly under your hips. Now, I just want you to check with your hand position on the roller here. I don't want your hands coming too far back on the roller. You'll see when I take my hand into that position, there's a lot of compression at my wrist, so that's not going to be comfortable on my wrist joint. You want the hands relatively further forward on the roller, so long as you feel comfortable and stable and secure there. And just spread your fingers to find the stability in this position. Knees again under hips. From here, we start keeping the body perfectly still and stable. You want a long line through the spine, so you're not rounded up, nor are you hanging down through the middle. As your body stays stable, one arm floats forward and up, and then bring it down. So you feel having the roll around your hands here adds a little bit of extra balance and stability challenge, yeah? Versus doing this exercise on the floor. Other arm floats forward and up. And take it down. Now from there, find the stability with the upper body, and then slide one leg long and away from you. It's not going high. Just a little bit off the ground, but you're really stretching and opening through the front of the hip. If I took the leg too high, I'd drop into my lower back. We don't want that to happen. Allow the leg back in, find the balance and stability, and then continue to the other side. Stretch the leg long. So now that you've got a sense for your basic stability here, let's progress it a little. Let's take it into one arm and the opposite leg, reaching long and away. And ideally, of course, that roller stays perfectly stable. Bring it back down. Hold the position there. Stretch the other arm and leg long and away. Energy out through the fingers and the toes. Just imagine as you continue here that the arm and leg just float up ever so easily. It's like an easy, effortless movement, ideally. Bring them back down. Let's take it to the other side again. Reach long and away. Okay, on our next repetition, we're going to start to add into the movement. So from here again, reach the arm and leg long and away. Now from here, I keep the same arm and leg up. I'm going to scoop my tummy, I round through my spine, I pull the elbow and knee in towards each other. And then I'm going to stretch them out to a long line, and I'm going to lift slightly through the chest and slightly through the legs, so my spine comes into just a little bit of extension. Shouldn't feel anything in the lower back though, otherwise you know you've gone too far. Again, breathe out, scoot the tummy, draw the elbow and knee in towards each other, scoot the belly up, and then reach the arm and leg long and away. Send the breastbone forward and up. Stretch longer if you can. 3 more here. Exhale, draw the belly in, reach the arm and leg long and away. It's a little lift of the chest. And again, draw the belly in, round through the back, reach long and away. Final one, draw the belly in. And then reach long and away and hold it there and pulse the arm and the leg up for 10, 9, tiny movements from the base to the backside. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there. Take just the hand down to the bar. Shift the body weight a little forward into the hands. Let the leg lift to tip you forward into a little press up. And then push back up with strong arms. We just have 5 here. Breathe in as you lower. Exhale to press up. And again, reach the toes long behind you. Keep the breastbone again slightly forward and up as you tip the body forward. Final repetition here, breathing in. Exhale, press up. Lower that leg. Well done. Let's reset to continue onto the other side. So from here, the opposite arm and leg again, reach out and away. This time from here, scoop the tummy, round up through the spine as you draw them in, elbow to knee, and then reach out long and lift. The hip lifts a little into extension, the chest lifts a little. Scoop the tummy, draw the belly in. And then again, reach long and away and lengthen. Again, each time you draw in, think of the opening through the lower back. As you extend away, keep length in the lower back. 2 more repetitions here. Again, find the length through the fingers and the toes. Final repetition. Take the movement out, hold it there, and again, arm and leg pulse up for 10, 9, 8, reach long. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there. And lowering down. Well done. Regroup, find your quadruped position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Check that leg stays out. And then from here, you're going to lift the leg even further to let the body tip forward. And then press up with the arms. Breastbone stays slightly forward and up, let the body tip forward. Exhale, press up. 3 more repetitions here. Keep the weight as even on the hands as you can. You don't want the body to shift off to one side if you can possibly help it, yeah? Lift from the back of the thigh. Again, as you come forward, keep the gaze slightly forward. Press up, lower the leg, sit back into a little rest position, reaching those arms forward. And for a moment here, just breathe. From here, you're going to scoop the tummy, just roll the body up. And we're going to go now into some rotation work through your spine. So you're going to take the roller to one side of the mat. It can be relatively close towards you. Hand on the same side as the roller, goes straight down onto the ground. You'll notice here I'm in a lengthened position through my spine. Very common on this exercise for people to round up too much through the spine. So keep your spine long, and the opposite hand comes behind the hand that's on the ground onto the roller with the palm facing up. I'm just checking that this elbow of my supporting arm is slightly soft, not locking out. From here, I take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're going to start to rotate through. So my supporting elbow softens a little. I'm reaching my arm on the roller through till I feel a stretch across the mid-back area between the shoulder blades. Now, once you're out there, pause, take a breath in wide across the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, press with the supporting hand, keep the length in the spine to come back up. Let's try that again. Take a breath in, breathe out, wrap the ribs around, rotate the body through. Into that stretch, take a breath in. Exhale, press with the hands and bring it back up. And let's just do 3 more repetitions. Exhale. Use the breath to expand the rib cage, yeah? And then press back up. And as you rotate through, you might be able to start to feel a bit of a stretch through that underside of the body. Breathing in. Bring it back up. On the last one, we're going to hold it for an extra breath. So we exhale, we take it through, we stay. We breathe into the ribs again. As you exhale, see if you can melt just a little further, as long as it feels okay, yeah? And then press and come back up. Well done. Let's swap to the other side. Take the roller across to the opposite side of the mat. And again, hand closest to the roller goes straight down to the floor. The other hand comes behind that supporting arm. Palm is turned up on the roller. Check your supporting elbow is slightly soft and find the length in your spine. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, feed that arm through. Wrap the ribs around and rotate. Your supporting elbow bends a little bit to help you find the stretch. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, press with the supporting hand to bring the body back up. Again, inhale here. Exhale, wrap the ribs around and rotate. Breathe in wide across the back of the rib cage. Exhale, press with the hand to come back up. 3 more. Again, wrap the ribs. Let the elbows soften just a little. Breathing in. Exhale, press back up. Keep that length through the spine. Really check that you're not rounding through the spine, particularly on the return. On our final one coming up, rotate through. Again, hold it once you're there. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate just a little further if you can. Breathe in again. And then bring that body back up. And release it down. Well done. So that one should have felt really good through your spine. From here, we're going to take the roller again, just across your mat. And we're going to come down onto your back. So I'm going to have you sitting initially on top of the roller. Feet come a little bit forward onto the mat. Use your hands for some support. And you scoot your tailbone under slightly. So the back of your pelvis is supported on the roller. And then you're going to lie down from there. And from this position, let's just hug one knee in towards your chest. Now you'll know if the roller is too low as you go into this stretch, if it starts to roll away from you. So if it starts to roll out from underneath you, you just need to adjust it a little higher. If the roller is too high, it's going to be up on your lower back and take you into an arch, which we don't want. You want to be back in a position where you're a little bit lengthened through the lower back, as I am here. Keep this knee hugged in towards the chest and allow the opposite leg just to stretch long and hang down towards the floor. So you'll start to feel a stretch through the front of this opposite hip, of that leg that's long. If you're very tight or very overactive in your hip flexors, sometimes people feel a bit of compression or discomfort at the front of this hip. And sometimes the discomfort here is so much that they don't feel the stretch in the other area. Your body can only kind of perceive strong sensations from one area at once. Don't worry too much if there's a bit of pressure at the front of this hip. It's just a sign that those muscles do actually need a chance to release and quieten down. So long as it's not too unpleasant, you can still play with holding this stretch. And what you should find over time, as these muscles lengthen and release and quieten down a little, that sense of pressure at the front of the hip eventually goes away completely, yeah? But ideally, you'll be finding the stretch in the front of the leg that's hanging low. Relax the upper body as you hold here. Let the weight of the upper body melt into the floor. And just breathe for a moment. Now, when you're ready, slowly bring that knee of the straight leg in towards your chest. Hug the second knee into your chest and let the first leg stretch out long. And again, just let the leg drop long and heavy. Let the weight of the body relax into the roller and into the floor. And with these stretches, usually you'll find there's a point, maybe sort of 20 to 30 seconds into the stretch, where the muscles start to lengthen and release and let go. And you'll feel like your body, hopefully, just naturally drops a little deeper into the position. And that would be fantastic. Again, we'll just relax here and breathe just a little longer so we can kind of take full advantage of that moment when your body starts to relax and release. From there, when you're ready, just slowly bring that second knee in towards the chest. With both knees into the chest, you can take your hands onto the roller and gently roll the roller out from underneath you. Let it just press away. So I'm just going to literally just push it away from me with my feet and let it go. I'm going to stretch my legs out long along the mat. I'm going to float my arms overhead and take a full body stretch here. So reach long through your fingers and your toes. Let your back arch, your ribs flare, all the things you're not supposed to do in Pilates. Stretch a little longer now through your right arm and your left leg. See if you can grow another inch. Stretch a little longer through the left arm and the right leg. See if you can grow another inch. And then stretch and elongate through both arms and legs. And then relax those arms down. Well done. You've survived today's session. Excellent work. We do also have a second foam roller video, which will be released very shortly, which is a half-hour session doing rolling and release on the roller. So if you're really keen and you want a bit more time on the roller and to loosen your body out a little bit more, you may like to follow on from this workout with that second video.
If you enjoyed today's video, please click like below and don't forget to subscribe to help our channel grow and let us put out more videos.